The future arrives in Guyana. Robotic systems, local specialists, and a new era of healthcare. As Guyana observes its 60th independence anniversary, celebrations are everywhere. But quietly within the halls of the Georgetown Public Hospital, the country's largest public health facility, history is being made. For the first time, surgical robotic systems are bringing a new standard of care to Guyanese.
So robotic surgery now is a first-world surgery. The equipment is expensive, and as a result, it is now practiced widely. The fact that we can do this in Guyana is a big jump in the surgical care of patients. The average patient coming to GPHC now, in the near future, within 6 months a year, the hope would be that the average patient will receive a robotic surgery, which is the same as someone in the US or Canada. So you're bringing first-world healthcare to Guyana.
The India-made SSI Mantra systems, brought to Guyana by the government in partnership with New GPC Inc., carry a name fit for the occasion, Freedom 60, a nod to Guyana's independence anniversary. And what they do looks very cool to untrained eyes like mine. But for patients, this is more significant. It means smaller incisions, less pain, and faster recoveries.
So traditionally, what used to happen is open surgery. So the patients get a big cut. Then we would have advanced that and we have laparoscopic surgery. Laparoscopic surgery meaning that it's small cuts and we put camera and instrument and operate. So the recovery time, the pain, it's less for the patient. So overall, a patient who might take like 2 weeks to recover from a surgery traditionally open, for laparoscopic, it would take a few days. Now we have advanced that to robotic surgery. Now robotic surgery is a form of advanced, minimally invasive, where the surgeon operates through the robotic arm and we control the robotic arm through real-time movement from a surgeon console. It makes the precision of the surgery is greater and the recovery time for these patients is better also as compared to the other types of surgery.
For a cystectomy, right? That's a large collection of fluid in the ovary. It's a cyst, and that can be performed abdominally, making a larger incision, about 8 to 10 cm. So it's very large. You have increased risk of blood loss. You may have complication post of infection to that site. That means longer stay in the hospital. You need antibiotics, and you may need blood transfusion if there is a lot of bleeding. 10 cm compared to 2 cm, your recovery time compared to 3 days to 1 day in hospital. Your post of pain is reduced compared to a 10 cm. You may tend to have pain by 7 days still. And if you have a robotic with 2 cm incision, 3-4 days you're okay, like if you never had a surgery. And the scar, persons tend to look at the scar, but aesthetically it's more beneficial. And the patient actually feel more satisfied doing a small and minimally invasive surgery.
Robotic surgeries will span several specialties, from cardiology to obstetrics and gynecology and even general surgery. But the ambition stretches far beyond Georgetown. More of these systems will be installed in hospitals across the country, even in far-flung areas like Lethem, where a surgeon sitting right here in Georgetown could one day operate on a patient hundreds of miles away.
So the surgeon in Georgetown, all the movements he makes here in Georgetown are reflected on by the robot in Lethem. But for advanced cases, patients don't need to leave these areas and travel all the way to Georgetown. Remember, a patient who's sick or who has a pathology, is very painful for them to get to Georgetown, whether by boat, air, or vehicle.
The benefits go beyond the patient. For the surgeons themselves, these systems offer something just as valuable, a way to work without the physical toll that comes with a traditional surgery.
Particularly for me, I actually suffered neck pain to the extent where it affected my nerve root, and I had to get a surgery to replace a disc in my neck. Research would show that a lot of surgeons actually suffer from neck pain that can lead to them having to have surgery to correct that. Now with the robotic surgery, why I'm so excited is because of this chair. So this chair in particular, the ergonomics of it, you see it, there's a cushion here that supports your neck. So the neck pain and the shoulder strain, it's much reduced.
For Guyana's Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony, this moment is personal. He began practicing medicine in 1993 in a very different era of local healthcare. To see that journey come here, in a hospital with robotic surgical systems, is almost unimaginable.
I remember the Georgetown Hospital. The buildings were all shabby, run down, floors had big holes in them. So it was not the ideal place for patient care. And over time, we have seen that evolve, changed, better infrastructure, more people getting opportunities to go specialize, coming back and using their specialization to improve care. So Guyana is in a far better place than when I first started. And it has been a really remarkable journey of transformation. Now we're in a totally different era. And the work that we've been able to do over the last couple of years has really moved us from trying to do routine types of things to leapfrogging into the future of medicine and health.
That pride is shared by the team of healthcare workers who traveled to India for training, returning home with the skills to make all of this possible, and local partners like the team from the new GPC Inc.
A couple months ago, I was actually teaching medical students, and one of the surgeries that would have been given to patients if available was robotic. And I said, oh, it'll be available in a few years from now. And lo and behold, in a few months later, we actually are training for the robot. And it's actually a privilege to be part of it.
I mean, it's an advanced form of laparoscopic. We already do laparoscopic, but it's a more advanced form of laparoscopic. And I was overwhelmed by giving the opportunity to be a part of the team.
So this one is like super excited because we're stepping into another field. So, I mean, they're coming here now for robotic surgery. It's a nice and a great idea.
It's the future in Guyana, but right now that's the present of surgery in the rest of the world.
It's a system whereby it provides a better recovery time for patients, and that's our goal here because it's always for the interests of our patients.
As this project evolves, it will be beneficial not only for the Central Georgetown, but for the entire country.
AI medicine is the future, and robotics is part of AI medicine. Over the years, medicine has developed, and science is something that's continuously evolving and growing. It's easier to change skills, to have different doctors from different locations with different qualifications, different skill sets, be able to offer that kind of knowledge and help to the ones here locally.
The systems are here, the surgeries are being done, and the vision is to bring this level of healthcare, these surgeries, to Guyanese no matter where they live. It's a milestone fitting for the country's 60th independence anniversary, and just one aspect of President Dr. Finali's ambition to deliver world-class healthcare to every Guyanese and support the Caribbean community.
When I said that we want to position Guyana as a leader in global healthcare, many persons doubted. Many more persons thought that we were making a very light statement. But I also said that our development must lead to the prosperity of CARICOM. We did not just make an investment to be part of history. We made the investment and we bought the entire training module. And we got the SS Mantra ecosystem to agree to put an international training hub here in Guyana to train all our professionals. We had to send our entire team to India to be trained. Everything that they experience in the most advanced facility in India, in the coming weeks, will be available here in Guyana for the rest of the region as we build out the hub for robotics, surgery, and care from Guyana. And the spokes will be built out throughout the Caribbean, and we will provide this training mechanism for all of the teams across the region.
There's more. These Freedom 60 robotic systems here in Guyana were part of something huge. A surgeon sitting right here at the Georgetown Public Hospital through telesurgery, and these robots operated on a patient in Indore, India. That's about 20,000 kilometers away.
This is a historic actually movement for Guyana and also for SSI, that this is the longest distance telesurgery ever, and based on our research, the communication distance is between 18 to 20,000 kilometers.
A coronary bypass graft, a complicated heart surgery, was done, ushering in a new era of robotics in healthcare and telesurgeries.
The approach traditionally to access the heart is through the middle, straight down the middle. So imagine now you're doing this by poking holes between the rib cage and then implanting valves, opening heart muscles, etc. The healing is better, recovery time is better, cost is better, overall benefit to patient, overall benefit to the service, the economy is better. So this is not just a project that we've embarked on, led by His Excellency to, just to mark our name as pioneers, but it actually makes sense economically for the country, and it makes sense for our people when they get sick.
The robotic systems are already changing the standard of care in Guyana. But beyond the technology, this is an investment in the country's future and in the doctors who will carry it forward.
I've always liked to bring the best care to our patients, and I always like to be on the same level with the rest of the world. And one of the reasons why I did training in laparoscopic surgery, I did a fellowship in Canada, came back, and was spread this throughout Georgetown Hospital and some of the regional hospitals. And now the next step is now robotic surgery. So I'm really excited to get this done here and to start training other persons so we can make it the same surgery available throughout the country.